We're in the middle of a talk show, my show, Late Night with Naomi Daily podcast. Welcome. You new here?
Live from the city where every voice matters, this is the Naomi Daily podcast show. She's bold, stylish, and always ready to ask the questions everybody's thinking. Get ready for celebrity drama, real talk, viral stories, and unforgettable moments.
Thank you so much. It's perfect.
Here's your iced coffee latte, Naomi.
Thanks. How many seats is that going to hold for the audience?
I don't know, like 150?
Can you figure it? I would love to know. Thanks. Beautiful. You know what I mean? Something that gets fancy. I want all different celebrities on the show. We definitely have to do a different type of situation for my late night show. I want it bigger and better.
Of course! I'm so excited about this movie. It hits theaters very soon.
Tell me about your movie role.
It is a high-stakes pilot character.
How do you do your own personal stunts?
I train hard and stay focused.
How amazing is it?
It is absolutely incredible.
That man just say the war is over. Security, security. He lost his damn mind. What the hell is he talking about?
This is a very different movie for me. I kind of quite enjoyed the movie because it has a lot of suspense in it. I normally don't do that. I'm normally kind of like a reality star, so this is something new for me.
That is so great. I'm excited for you.
Show's about to start! Now, Naomi, walk out!
Welcome to the show. Let's get this show started. Tonight, we are taking things to a whole new level. Are you ready to have some fun? Are you ready to have some fun?
Welcome to Late Night with Naomi. We're sitting here with Mike. Y'all know him. And if you don't know him, obviously one of y'all are living under a rug. Maybe y'all should come out now. I mean, the coast is clear. Y'all can come out, honey, and smell the roses because Mike Honey is here. I just have to say I absolutely loved your Netflix version of Luke. It was absolutely amazing. You did an amazing job.
Yeah.
My husband is absolutely obsessed with every version that was on Netflix. The Iron Fist, Daredevil, your show, and Jessica. I mean, I think it blew everyone away when this show came on the scene. On its highest moment for each of those shows, they randomly was pulled for no apparent reason and canceled, but one was brought back on Disney+. And The Dare and the Devil was brought back, and it's in its second season. The show is really good, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if it has the same director or not. I'm pretty sure it does. So I have to ask you, sir, while you're here, do you have any idea or any clue under Disney's umbrella when they're going to be dropping those other shows?
I have no idea, sorry.
If you had an idea, just a small idea, would you tell me?
Probably not. You know that that's just how Marvel and Disney work.
It makes sense. Absolutely, it does. Well, a girl can try. Honey, I tried y'all to my audience and my viewers, but you know they tight lip over here. Honey, they ain't trying to let nothing out of the box. Well, my next question, I think, is did you enjoy playing the character, you know, with those 2 seasons that you did on Netflix? Did you enjoy that?
Absolutely, I did. It was an incredible ride.
I just also have to say I'm a huge fan of your show, Evil. You did a show called Evil. It's like a supernatural thriller TV show. Super amazing. Love it.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
If you can choose one or the other today, what role would you choose? The Luke or your character in the Evil show?
I actually prefer them both. I really like them, but I probably would choose Luke if I had to.
Well, it absolutely was a great choice for them choosing you because you're handsome.
Yeah.
You know, you're handsome black man, honey, so they made a great choice.
Thank you very much.
Can you sign this comic book of Luke and also the Netflix DVD of yourself, Luke? Also, can you sign this cell phone? It's all for my husband. Okay, so other than, you know, the show that I mentioned, which is Luke, the Netflix show that you were on, and Evil, you also have a long resume. Not too long, but definitely, I didn't know you were on those shows and movies.
Okay.
I'll definitely mention some right now.
Yep.
So you first started on Jessica Jones and then had your spin-off show, which is Luke. I don't know what the hell spin-off is, but blame autocorrect on Mac. I told y'all that shit's messy. Spin-off is what I wrote and then they autocorrected it. You were in $1 Million Baby, one of your early film roles, Men in Black 3, Girls Trip, Extinction, Black and Blue. You were in Million Fatale, South of Heaven, Plain Hay, alongside Gerard Butler, The Union Hay,
Yeah.
alongside Mark Wahlberg and Halle Berry, Alarum, and Alarum Pang. How about Evil could go for a couple of more seasons? It was a really good show, and I am completely obsessed with horror. I got something in store when we go for commercial, my Halloween movie. Y'all absolutely are gonna love it. It's fantastic. And the last time I attempted this was Camp Leanhorn.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't seen shit yet. I can't wait for you guys to see it.
Yeah.
Oh, just so y'all know, Black and Blue that I mentioned that Mike was in, if not the same Black and Blue as mine. I didn't even know there was another Black and Blue.
Yep, there is.
Speaking on movies, I'm pretty sure y'all are wondering why we look modern in my audience. It's on the 1930s. It's because of my movie. It's my second big budget movie dropping this month, the 31st, but it'll release earlier than the 1st. It's next Friday, and it is called I Wonder Lost 2. Wonder Lost 2 is a fantastic drama musical film for the family.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and it's based on my husband's mother's experience. Obviously, she wasn't born in 1930, but I thought it would be a fun take on taking her experience and putting it into 1930. Now, when you see the experience, you're probably like, oh, she's completely high maintenance. She isn't high maintenance. Who she married? An idiot. And he's still an idiot and always will be an idiot. That's why I had to make this movie, so you know, for people who are dealing with the same thing, y'all gotta get out now, honey. Like, pack your shit and go. It's not worth being around someone like that.
Yeah.
I mean, prime example, years later, after I buy this incompetent shit a dog for the second time, I hear from a source, he renamed the dog from Samsung to Sam. I guess it was his family trying to spite us, but I think it's laughable because, bitch, if you can't step outside and fight me, then I guess that tells you they wasn't ready for a girl like me.
Yeah.
Only girl, you telling your brother, who's a dumb clown as it is, to rename his dog ain't hurting nobody.
Yeah.
Because the problem I got is with him and your ass. Only girl, I guess you were pressed because I said you were sitting on daddy's lap. It was true, you's daddy's kind of girl and not the way we would feel special about, so take that to the bank, cause bitch your daddy Sam. Oh, I'm not gonna hold read. Don't worry about that, y'all. I'm just saying, like, don't try to be funny. It would have been funny if you got rid of the dog and bought him a new one, but you gotta find a new scam first. That's not funny. That's not funny that your ass too broke right now that you can't run the scams y'all always been running.
Okay, broke bitch.
Only girl, y'all was sitting on daddy's lap if you liked it or not, and that's my problem. And I'm not Mimi. I will crack every one of y'all upside y'all damn heads, okay, messing with me. Only girl, if you want to be funny, don't take someone's dog they bought him and rename his name trying to be funny. It would have been funnier actually buying a new dog and replacing the one I bought him, stupid ass. Put your dog on a leash, not the actual dog, but Martin, because he was lingering outside of his ex-wife's house over the weekend while she was on vacation. Put a leash on him, he smells. Yeah, he was stalking Hank. Hank was taking out the trash. Not all of it, apparently, because he left him outside of the bin, and then later he came stalking as he normally do, but y'all want to rename dogs.
Yeah.
Girl, y'all got the most perverted dog in the whole town. That's your dad. He's in a box 6 feet under, that perverted old dog. You know Ancestry.com. Call this good marketing. I don't know what you want to call it, but listen, if you want to see a clown in full effect, I Wonder Lost 2 the next Friday on full display. Keep my name out your mouth. I left y'all alone. Stop playing with me and stop playing with my husband, okay? Because I'm a bona fide reader. This goes for future people who want to keep trying me. Listen, at the end of the day, I'm a creator and not one that needs to see other people's shit to create. I create my shit from scratch. I can make your character and complete existence of absolute nothing and make you look like a clown for the world to see. Stay the hell off my back or I promise you'll regret it. Why the hell do you think Bozo was a thing? Bozo or the clown? I can easily make Cynthia the narcissist. I need attention, and when I don't get it, I cry like a little baby and roll my big body on the ground. Don't play with me because I'm not the one. Before I move on, because I'm not going to sit here screaming the whole entire time, but I just want to say thank you, Mimi, for coming and spending time with your son for 2 weeks. He really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He had an amazing time, and I hope you did too. And the next time you come, you should definitely all come as a package deal, including your 4 dogs. And when I mean package deal, I mean bring Hank as well. Even though you're worried he's not going to want to organize those papers and stop being a little punk. How are you going to let a senior citizen outdo you? You shouldn't be ashamed to do that, being that you're coming into a country where the orange Willy Wonka character is president of Candyland. We know them files, but they stacked up as the Empire State Building.
Yeah.
So if you need to be embarrassed about your situation and he ain't, we digress, so grow up and grow some balls. It ain't nothing you need to be embarrassed about. You did this shit, you lied in it, you gonna stay laying down in it because the fat old man ain't, he got his diapers and he's shitting in it. You were sitting in that house calling her 1 billion times. That's called boredom. So scrap your little backpack and hit the door the next time she comes here. I'm moving on.
Yeah.
You've been to a lot of places, but America is not one of those religious countries. You'll be fine. You've been to one, Egypt. Okay, let's move on to our topics because we're so far into the show right now that I'm going to be running past my schedule. So I'm going to try to make these quick today, real quick, so we can sit down with our interview. Okay, let's start with our first topic. I want to ask you Caucasians a question. Why do y'all always go out and be trying all these rope climbing and skydiving and hang gliding, rope defying shit? I'm just curious. I just want to know because you know y'all just be doing the most. Y'all see all these people dying in helicopters, but y'all always hopping in it. And it's like, are y'all crazy?
Yeah.
Y'all parachuting off of skyscrapers or climbing up skyscrapers with this little small rope like you a superhero of some shit. And then when shit goes off the rails, y'all come back a week later for more. Well, apparently this man was a adrenaline junkie because he just had to have his fixed, honey, and it didn't go to plan. Let's check this out.
我操！哎呀，这不好下。哎呦，多危险呐啊！啊，不用害怕，没事。哎呀，对呀，我都知道不好走，什么的。 哎呦，
I get it that people like the adventure, but risking your life like for circus tricks when you can go audition for that, it's ridiculous. It's crazy. Like he's dangling in the air like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And then the funny thing, y'all, is this will happen, and then Tuesday they'll be back out doing something else that's even worse or more deifying than the last time.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares that much that they want to cross water on a rope next to a waterfall? And we noticed it is powerful. The waterfall's crazy. Like it's so insane.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mike? Is that something that you would like to do one on Tuesday? You know, climbing a waterfall on ropes suspended in the air?
No, that's why I'm an actor.
I'm not risking my life for a joyride. I don't give a damn what it is. Now, if it's to save my life, that's completely something else. But for this shit and giggles, what they call a good time, no ma'am. Let's jump to the next topic. Just imagine, you know, you left your ex behind, you started a new relationship, but your ex plans a murder to take you out just cause it's a Monday. Well, according to this couple, the wife knew her husband was murdered by his ex while the child was riding in the car, which is horrible. I don't know why this keeps happening. Do they not realize that an ex is an ex for a reason? Meaning you're his past, he moves on. Why are they so spiteful and hateful after the fact when you're not even in a relationship anymore? They never actually see the bigger picture. Like when they go investigating, obviously you're the next on the chopping block and they always assume it has to be the ex. Are you dumb or what? Y'all planning this shit, dude. Does it not come across your mind, hey, while I'm about to put a knife in my ex-husband's back, it's not gonna make it look like I did it, right? Let's check this out.
He was a Microsoft executive with a beautiful family. Then he was shot to death, ambushed while driving. Right away, his wife pointed the finger at her husband's ex-wife, who prosecutors ended up charging in a murder for hire plot. Now the case is going to trial, and the widow in tears is taking the stand. Allison Hall has the latest.
A grieving widow is taking the stand at the trial of the man accused of orchestrating the slaying of her husband. Jared Bridegan, a Microsoft executive, was driving home with his 2-year-old daughter in the back seat when he stopped to move a tire lying in the middle of the road. Then he was shot to death by an assassin, who cops believe had placed the tire there and was laying in wait. The gunfire was caught on a Ring camera at a nearby house. In a dramatic moment, the tire was wheeled into court during the trial.
Are you the widow of the deceased victim in this case, Jared Bridegan?
I am.
Kirsten Bridegan choked back tears on the witness stand. She testified she was worried when her husband was late coming home that fateful night outside Jacksonville, Florida.
I remember telling my parents, like, something's wrong.
Kirsten Bridegan said she repeatedly called her husband's cell phone, and finally a police officer answered and asked her to come to the station house, where officers informed her her husband had been shot and killed. She told them she had her own idea who was responsible.
I offered up my own ideas of just my gut instinct.
Did you direct them to potentially investigate specific individuals?
I did.
The people she named: Jared's ex-wife, Shanna Gardner, and her new husband, Mario Fernandez Saldana.
I believe I said something along those lines, that only people I knew had a problem with him were those two.
Fernandez is now on trial for the murder. He and his wife are accused of hiring a hitman to carry out the execution. He says he had no motive to want Jared Bridegan dead. Video of Kirsten's 2-year-old daughter, Bexley, at the scene of the slaying was played in court.
I saw a boob.
Stephen Fabian spoke to Kirsten.
What does your daughter remember from that day?
She remembers the sound of the gunshots. She often refers to them as the boom, 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 boom. She remembers her dad being on the ground.
I also spoke to Kirsten's parents about little Bexley, now aged 7.
How is she doing today?
I think she's doing a lot better, but obviously she still remembers it because recently the prosecutor interviewed her to see if she would testify and if they would want her to use her testimony. And she said, I really don't want to talk about that.
This happens so many times, and you think they would learn? They have a whole channel dedicated to this shit. It's called ID channel. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah.
It's the whole thing. Okay, it didn't work out. Does that mean a person have to die over that?
Yeah.
I mean, if they didn't do anything malicious to you or harm you or scar you, then why would you do that? It's just freaking annoying at this point when you see it so much, like it gets agitating. It's like so stupid. Do you hate him that much that you want to kill him? She's a genius. She's the smartest girl around town while sitting in prison. Girl, you deserve every bit of that because that was just clearly stupid, textbook dumbass for sure. Let's move on to the next topic, girl. Halloween hasn't even started yet and we got the crazy out. I mean, absolutely nutcases running around in masks, scaring people. Like if not even close to Halloween yet, you could expect it if it was the Halloween season.
What? This is crazy.
I mean, like, what is people doing this day and time? The nuts have just gotten nuttier. This man is literally on his Philly streets running around in a mask, spooking people, harassing people, assaulting people in Philly of all places, honey. Do they even celebrate Halloween? I'm just saying it's a little bit rough in certain areas of Philly. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, where do they celebrate Halloween at in Philly? It's just a general question, but this is what I'm talking about. It would be scary if they did.
Right.
I'm from Philadelphia, okay? Philly is something different. It's set up different, honey. One day it could be sunny, the next day bodies laying on the ground. I mean, it's already rough, so you want to put the fear into people by running around with this crazy ass, doing crazy ass shit? Let's check this out.
Police in Philadelphia are searching for a masked man investigators say has been terrorizing people. And we have some new video of one instance where the man is seen running after a woman. ABC's Armando Garcia has more from another person who came up close to that suspect and tried to fight him off.
This disturbing video showing a masked man chasing after a runner around 5:30 a.m. near City Hall in Philadelphia last Wednesday. Police say the man in a Chucky-style Halloween mask taunted the woman.
He's holding his cell phone up in front of her, at which time he asks her, "Are you ready to die?"
The runner was able to get away after police say the man, who they believe is between 16 and 20 years old, abruptly changed his direction and ran into a rail station. Police say the man chased several people within a 15-minute span. One woman told our ABC station in Philadelphia she spotted the man approaching a runner who was wearing headphones.
So I started to wave at her across from the intersection and say, "Hey, there's someone behind you."
Jamaica, who asked not to use her last name, says the man then turned his attention to her. Jamaica says she screamed for help, kicked him in the chest, and was prepared to try to fight him off.
He just seemed so disoriented about what his goals actually were. Like, I had bags, he wasn't reaching for those. It didn't seem like he had a clear goal to like actually get in La Colombe to do anything. So I was like, okay, well, let's see if you can fight, and he couldn't.
Police believe the man attempted to antagonize at least 6 people, including men and employees at nearby businesses, and indicated he had a weapon, but witnesses have not reported seeing one.
If caught, police say the suspect is facing multiple charges, including terroristic threats, simple assault, and intimidation. Armando Garcia, ABC News, New York.
First of all, whoever's child is running around here in that damn ugly ass mask need to come collect the child.
Okay.
You were not that busy for him to be out here terrorizing people. Ma'am, sir, your kid is about to go to jail and the judge is gonna ask him, why would you out here making a spectacle of yourself? And this boy is gonna have to tell him shit and giggles. This boy is out here doing Set It Off the movie without actually stealing any money or jewelry. He's just out here looking for scares and putting the fear into people. So that cost absolutely nothing. Was that your point? This shit is straight embarrassing. He ain't out here with a full motive. He out here and don't even know what the hell he doing. This boy definitely got issues and needs to be locked the hell up. That's how you know a person don't got talent. Most of the time it's for some type of TikTok on YouTube, but he said, no, I want to scare the death out of people. I think boredom reached another level, it's maximum core.
Yeah.
Apparently where they are so bored, they come up with the stupidest shit that'll get them locked up for life, and that shit don't even matter. It's crazy, it's not even Halloween. Let's move to the next topic. The next topic is, of course, your male Karen who decides he wants to be racist and throw racist slurs all over his yard while being damn near black himself.
Right.
Not a funny thing is if you're gonna be a racist and call people out of their names because you supposedly don't like a certain color, why are you damn near caramel? That makes no sense. You're out in the sun roasting like a peanut just to turn around when someone aggravates you and go, yeah, blah, 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 and you're black, yeah, and you're Sandy Carmel next. I know some of you are too stupid to comprehend what I'm saying, but let me break it down. You should be Frosty the Snowman white if you're gonna make a statement like that. You probably don't know who Frosty the Snowman is because y'all spend too much time in the sun and avoiding the winter. I mean, some of your Caucasians tan and y'all are like multiple colors, some pink, some orange, some bright yellow. You know, some of y'all look like a roasted pig.
Yeah.
If I turn around, I say, shut up, pink ass, you're stealing me piggy's look. How would that feel? Would that make you feel different? Other than y'all being the dumbest kind on the totem pole, in the dictionary it says the word you guys use doesn't mean what you think it means. It means ignorant, so you're talking about yourself. If you haven't looked in the alphabet of animals, monkeys are not only black, it's also panthers and crows and all different types of species, including snakes, but y'all are too dumb to figure that one out too. You call people names, but the very thing you say about them, you would never get in a cage with them.
Make it make sense.
You're just saying that you're scared, you're calling out yourself.
Yeah.
But we know you're scared. This is why you call names from across the street. This is why most of you racist influencers don't go to the ghetto and do that shit. Only if you had it your way, you would be talking to a tree that was black.
Okay.
And calling it names. That's how pussy you are. Be more original. You're using a name that doesn't have a name in the dictionary. Is that not stupid? You're standing outside calling this person all type of names because that person is black. Then you go inside after you're feeling better and pet your dog that is black as well. I just want you to know your dog is looking at you sideways. I'm just saying, because we all know you're an idiot, but your dog just got a personal experience that you're an idiot. Welcome to the Idiots Club. Y'all are getting stupider by the day. If I called you a pink pig, it doesn't bother you. Calling us names, it's the same shit, different day. Idiot, let's check this out.
You think was on your side? Bye.
Right now at 11 o'clock, a racist confrontation caught on camera in Antioch. A black woman recorded a man repeatedly calling her the N-word. Tonight, she's speaking exclusively to us as police investigate another disturbing incident in the neighborhood. Let's bring in NBC's Pete Serratos, who joins us in Antioch with the very latest. Pete.
Jan, this woman you're going to hear from wants to stay anonymous because she says she doesn't feel safe in her own neighborhood. And now police are investigating if a device thrown at a home this morning is connected to the videos going viral.
I can't either. Look at all the tattoos and the stupid piercings. This black thinks she's some lawyer. Like all you think you're lawyers.
The words are difficult to hear, and for this Antioch woman on the receiving end, even harder to forget. This viral video shows a man repeatedly calling her the N-word last month.
In my little area, I think I'm the youngest African American there. I bought my home 6 years ago. It was my 35th birthday gift to myself. So it's like, why do I have to live like this?
The woman does not want her identity revealed for safety reasons. She says tensions with the man date back to January, when they went to court over what she describes as too many cats at his family's home.
I went to court with them back in January because they basically taken over my backyard, like cat feces and everything.
Let me jump in here real quick and say, when he was cussing at her, his fence was white, his house was white. What the hell is his color? Because it's definitely not white. Second of all, see, I told y'all, it's always that kind. This woman is saying they got like 40 damn cats in his house. This weirdo got all these damn cats. They're not even litter trained. They don't stay in the house. Yeah. But he's the one that decides today on a Tuesday he wants to be a racist. It makes you start scratching your head like this is a setup or a prank, right? Anybody in this situation who needs to be racist, it should not be. Sir, you got a damn cat farm in a regular suburban neighborhood. Yeah. Sir, you're not normal. Normal's not you, okay? You're like 3 shades from being a cat person that believes he's a cat.
Then last month, she says the man berated her with the N-word as she walked to her car, prompting her to record. A restraining order was later issued against him. And in a separate incident that month, Antioch police arrested him on suspicion of a civil rights violation and battery. The Contra Costa County DA later filed misdemeanor charges.
My intention was to react. Right? Who wants to be called those names? Who wants to, like, I don't bother nobody. He bothers everybody.
The videos went viral over the weekend, and this morning, police say an explosive device was thrown at the man's home. Investigators are looking into whether it's connected to the videos and the family's address being posted online.
This is what we've been getting all day.
Marianne Ramirez is the man's mother and says the family is now being harassed, sharing images of their cars being vandalized. She says her son has dealt with behavioral issues since childhood and has had previous conflicts with neighbors.
I don't condone it happening. But like I'm trying to explain, he has ADHD. Every single one of my neighbors, this isn't the first crazy episodes he has. You know, he's got ADHD. The police know it. They've been here to my house many times, and I've, just to calm him down for me.
The man is already facing charges from that separate July incident. And a legal analyst says any future conduct could bring additional consequences.
If this continues, they may revisit that issue because hate speech, when you direct it at someone specifically because of their race, is not protected under the First Amendment, and that can lead to a criminal prosecution.
Kevin, believe you, we got your back.
But as the video continues to spread, community members are also showing up to support the woman at the center of it.
Why do I have to live in fear?
Okay, did I not call that shit out? I told you that skin was not all the way white. Okay, he got the nerve to be Latino. Only in my eyes, Latino, Latin, Spanish, Dominican, that is all in the same area as black.
Yeah.
In my eyes, they might not see that shit, but we are both treated the same.
Right.
Did y'all forget who is being sent back by ICE to their homes, mainly Mexican, Colombian, and the people in between? Or did y'all forget that? Okay, y'all know what time it is. What the hell is going on? That is damn disappointing. His last name is Ramirez. It's like one of the most common Spanish names. Is this man good? And then she says he has ADHD. What the hell does that actually mean to this situation? Just in case you don't know, we are treated the same way in America. If you did not know that, it was real weird. No puedo creer que acaba de descubrir que era latina. Es una locura.
Sí, es verdad.
Okay, let's move on to the next topic. So there were some FBI marshals, I believe that's what they are, that they capture like really heavy, most wanted people in America while they were standing on a balcony when the balcony collapsed. Not to make light of the situation, but why did it take like 8 to 10 of these marshals to be standing on this one balcony just to collect one guy? It was literally like 9 of them standing on this balcony. When the balcony collapsed, they got injured, broken bones in certain situations. I don't get the structure of this whole entire house. Why did it take at least 10 of them standing on this balcony to collect one person? You're just so macho. I'm a marshal. I'm gonna launch up here and collect my bounty on this dude, and then this shit happens. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially you're on somebody's property and you don't even know how they built the balcony, and you're just so macho.
Marshals Task Force members recently serving an arrest warrant in Missouri. Never imagined the hidden threat beneath them. A second-story deck at an apartment complex collapses, sending 9 deputies plummeting to the ground. The marshals say injured task force members suffered broken bones, torn muscles, and head injuries, but luckily all will return to work soon. The U.S. Marshals Service is the oldest federal law enforcement agency in the country. They provide federal court security, do asset forfeiture, and witness protection. But they're most known for hunting down the nation's most notorious fugitives, as dramatized in the 90s hit movie, The Fugitive. Of course, it can be dangerous in real life, too.
Every single day, they're getting bitten by dogs. They're getting shot at. They're engaged.
No shade thickens, but we know they signed up for that shit, obviously, just to be taken out by a balcony. You know, it's not like they were in the line of fire. The balcony, he didn't like them.
Yeah.
Why do we have to be reminded what they do for the country?
Great, awesome.
We know they signed up and they know the job is going to be tough, just like an assassin.
Great, thanks for the history lesson.
Put yourselves in these tough situations. But at the end of the day, did nobody do the math when it came down to that damn balcony? That's the question. It didn't look very structured, but they're in the business of structuring situations.
Yeah.
Damn, I mean, Luke Cage could have told y'all that, right, Luke? He could have told y'all all the shit didn't look structured and couldn't hold that many people, right, Luke?
Correct. In gunfights.
U.S. Marshal Service, come to the door.
They're going after murderers, gang leaders, drug kingpins, and mafia members.
Come outside now.
Deputies nationwide arrest almost 300 suspected fugitives a day, including going overseas to do so. This stop for sex offender 26-year-old Jacob Alexander Munoz, convicted of possession of child pornography and placed on the Missouri Sex Offender Registry upon his release from prison. But several months ago, he allegedly stopped reporting to his parole officer, and a warrant was issued for his arrest. We were unable to reach him for comment, and he does not have counsel assigned. Authorities say previous searches of his apartment turned up numerous firearms. This time, there's no indication it was anything but a freak accident. But their supervisor says everyone is fortunate it wasn't worse.
The fact that they hit the ground in 2 seconds and there was no accidental discharge of any firearms or anything like that, very surprising.
It turns out Munoz wasn't even at the apartment. He later turned himself in.
Had that bad guy been in there, it would have been up to the other marshals covering the doors to return fire, to protect them.
Working to protect each other and the public, where even what should be a routine case turns dangerous. Marquise Francis, NBC News.
Oh, hell, you're telling me these men stood up there for one man that I literally called out. It didn't need 18 people just for him not to be there, just for them to fall down for absolutely nothing. Every time the fat guy was speaking, he always tried to make a situation worse. If the man was there, it could have been gunfire. Okay, fatty, relax. But he turned himself in. You're the big one, not the situation. The only thing that was big in that situation was them falling, that fall off that balcony. Y'all know I'm right. He was doing all that extra spy shit. They knocked, nobody was home, they failed. The end is that simple. What the hell is he going on about? Then he told us the dude has weapons or he might be holding or containing weapons. Okay, great. But then he walked his ass over and turned himself in. So therefore, what the F is you talking about, sir? Only if you do all that fantasizing that you was doing in this interview on that treadmill, you would be a buck tan. No lie. I'm just saying, y'all, he was doing too much for real. Maybe because the neck couldn't breathe. I don't want y'all thinking I got a problem with my extra thick friends. Honey, you could be as thick as you want to, honey. More cushion for the pushing. It's just those in particular ones that be doing too much for their own damn good. Most of you who come here on a weekly basis already know how I'm set up. Y'all get sweet American talk show hosts on your own damn TV. I ain't giving you that shit, and that's why y'all love me. Well, as y'all know, Hayden had passed away, which was completely so sad. I think I ended up finding that out last week when I ended my last episode. I just want to say rest in peace. I was definitely a fan. I've seen a couple of her stuff, mainly Heroes, because me and my husband are more into that type of stuff.
Yeah.
I know she was in a horror movie called Scream, but I haven't seen that franchise since the early 2000s. But I did see Bring It On, the cheerleading movie she was in, or hear about stuff like that, you know, but our friends and our family go through the same shit every day, where they are around people they should not be or have issues that isn't in the public where people can see or they can help, you know? Yeah. I think the most sad part about this is that she passed away, but the people she circled herself around, it's still breathing, which is the messed up part, you know? It was heartbreaking to watch her go through that publicly. We all saw the signs, but nobody stepped in. It's devastating.
Yeah, it really is tough.
You can kind of hear that she was going through things the way she was talking, almost like she was struggling to speak or was battling issues. I had no idea that she was dealing with that, and I didn't even know about her book either.
Yeah.
So it came quite a surprise. I'm shocked because I'm like 2 years older than her, so, you know, she's still very young. I was very shocked, you know, it's like so disappointing when that happens, you know, because it's not like she's coming back. What comes of his life, you know what I mean? Because she loved this man and surrounded herself around this man for her to be the one that needed to pass away. She's a talent, he wasn't. Y'all just got to be careful who you circle yourself around, because apparently, you know, this is not new to anyone. This happens to a lot of people when it comes down to these type of men. They get what they want out of you until you're the one dead. Yeah. They found her unresponsive in this boyfriend's brother's house. I just don't like that. That doesn't rub me in the right way. It's just weird vibes.
New details are emerging about the sudden death of Hollywood star Hayden Panettiere.
The Heroes actress was found unresponsive at a South Carolina apartment Sunday afternoon. Eyewitness News reporter Leanne Suter joins us now with the latest, including who was with her when she died. Leanne?
David and Michelle, we now know Hayden Panettiere's on-again and off-again boyfriend was with her when she died, the same man who had been arrested several times for domestic violence against the actress.
The outpouring of love and support for actress Hayden Panettiere continues to grow outside the South Carolina apartment where she was staying, as we are learning more about what happened inside. According to the Greenville, South Carolina police report, Hayden's on-again, off-again boyfriend, Brian Hickerson, who has been arrested several times for domestic violence against the actress, and his brother Zach were both at the apartment at the time of the 36-year-old's death, one of them calling 911.
Have a cardiac arrest, overdose, CPR is in progress.
Hickerson showing the arriving officer, quote, a bag of medication that Hayden was taking. The actress has been open about her battle with drugs and the emotional and physical abuse she said she suffered.
The resentment just came out sideways in these behaviors, and me leaning on substances for anxiety and depression, and then postpartum and all of the above.
Hayden's death coming just days after an LA County judge denied Hickerson's attempts to dismiss and or reduce his past felony domestic violence charges involving Hayden. The 36-year-old becoming a household name, starring as the cheerleader with superpowers on Heroes.
I finally kept my pride.
And as a country upstart on Nashville. Hayden's former partner and father of her daughter, Kaya, former boxer Vladimir Klitschko, posting a photo of the trio, saying in part, to our daughter Kaya, I will always speak of her mother with respect and make sure she remembers the person she was.
An autopsy found no signs of trauma or foul play. The cause of death, though still undetermined. Investigators say toxicology tests could take months. Leanne Suter, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
She wasn't in a lot of films and stuff, but just enough to hit Hollywood really hard. You know what I mean? It was just a girl who was so pretty that you knew her face regardless of what she did.
Yeah.
Now, turning the channel back in the day, because I wasn't doing all these shows, I did come across Nashville, her show, but I wasn't like a fan of it. That's not my cup of tea. But only looking how so put together she was when she walked the red carpet, or when she was on TV, You wouldn't have assumed that, but you never know. Rest in peace, sweetheart. Like I said about some of my favorites, you've done the work. Now we can look at it for the rest of our lives and think of you. That's the important part. Okay, so we have 2 more topics, and then we're going to be sitting down with this guy right here and talking with him, getting to know him more and what's next in his journey of acting. And before we sit down with him, we're going to see a quick trailer of I Wonder Lost 2, and then after that, we're going to go to a commercial. So let's get to this next topic. I love how these bitches be so shocked about this certain particular party sweetheart. Okay, what is shocking at this point? That they're just a man in a suit with no brains, or what? What are you shocked about? Mr. Pete put on a suit, but he's 3 months away from not having a liver. We know he drinks that way.
Yeah.
And yet you expect him to do the job he was given. Well, that would have worked if you actually put a person that actually knew the position he was in and actually had to operate, but he doesn't. He just knows how to put on tight suits and make sure the button doesn't fly off.
Yeah.
I mean, if he tried to run his department like he runs putting that hair gel and hairspray in his hair to make it the perfect, I think his department would be running smooth like the scotch that goes down his throat. Listen, let's be for real. They all a mess. And I know y'all heard about the toupee wind bitch putting that woman in the trunk and she voluntarily got in. I mean, if they're not suckers, they're stupid. If they're not stupid, they wear Pampers and shit in it. This is what some of y'all wanted, at least the 50% of y'all wanted, and now that y'all got the shit show, y'all are surprised. You know what I'm surprised about? Why people be taking pictures and being photographed like that? Like he's hard, like gangster, when he's giving more like constipated sweetheart. That's what alcohol does. When you drink too much, your face looks like that.
American aircraft carriers, some of which have broken modern-day records for deployment length. They point to the catapults that launch fighter jets and the gear that catches them when they land on the floating runways, all of which have been used extensively over nearly 6 months of fast-paced and unplanned warfare. One retired Navy captain saying, quote, "We are excessively wearing out our ships. The longer that you're working them hard at sea, the more the Navy needs to invest time into maintenance." The Navy did not respond to MS Now's request for comment about delayed maintenance on those ships. I'm going to bring in MS Now Pentagon reporter Priya Sridhar, who broke that story. Ned Price, Mitch Landrieu are still with us. Priya, you've reported on problems with the USS Lincoln, but experts say this kind of maintenance debt has a domino effect. What are they telling you?
Yeah, that's right, Alicia. Well, typically when an aircraft carrier comes back to the United States, it goes into the docks for a maintenance period, which is usually around 7 to 8 months. But because we've seen so many aircraft carriers double the length of their deployments from what's usually about 6 to 7 months to as long as 12 months, it makes sense then that maintenance period then can get extended to a year or a year and a half. And in addition to that, specifically with the Lincoln, we saw it go at sea for 208 continuous days without a port call, which meant that when an aircraft carrier pulls into port, it allows mechanics and engineers and contractors to come on the ship and address different maintenance issues that could come up. So all of that combined together is creating a potential for extreme danger and safety issues, because when you're talking about those catapults and those arresting gears, I mean, if something were to go wrong there, it could lead potentially to a deadly accident, Alicia.
Mitch Landrieu, Priya and I were on earlier this week. We were talking with Amy McGrath, and she reminded us this is not about the members of the armed services needing to be cuddled. It is not specifically about a ship itself. It is about clear leadership from both the commander-in-chief and the person who leads DOD. I want you to take a listen to what Senator Mark Kelly said about the president's leadership.
He took our country to war without a strategic goal, without a plan. Now he has no way out of this, and he's stuck. And this has been bungled right from the beginning. And he's got a Secretary of Defense who has no idea what he's doing. I think the most
I'm not sure he knows what y'all are talking about. I'm not sure if he ever thought he left Mar-a-Lago. That's what y'all should be concerned about.
Yeah.
Pete is not trying to be the best he can be. He's trying to be tailor-made.
Yeah.
Do y'all not understand that he is getting a silk press on his suit? Okay? He is not worried about if those ships sink into the ocean, honey. He'll care once he has to play face for the camera. You know, that pit bull face. That pit bull face with the sushi liver? Y'all sitting over here having a debate about why finance and concern is not over the ship because the bitch is over here arguing if he's a medium or a large. Okay, all them custom-made suits is using with all tax dollars. Okay, that's what's going on here.
competent Secretary of Defense that we've ever had in our history, and the American people are suffering because of this. We also have 18 dead Americans, for no reason.
Mitch, how would you describe the leadership that is coming from the White House and from the Pentagon right now?
Well, again, as Pete Hegseth's words would use, war fighters
actually know how to prosecute a war. And obviously, this is just a complete disaster. First of all, the president promised people that he was going to end the war in Ukraine on day one and stay out of foreign wars. Instead, the war in Ukraine is just blowing and going. And of course, he started this war of choice, and he did it in a way that was not planned well. He picked Pete Hegseth, who was incompetent, to be the head of
The smartest man in the room is T-Man's 2P. He got something to say.
Yeah, he's unfit.
this war effort. And what did Pete Hegseth do the other day? Was he doing something to fix this particular problem? No, he was campaigning as Secretary of Defense. We haven't seen this in our lifetime. He was campaigning in Iowa rather than taking care of his quote unquote war fighters. So again, this is an indication that the president has lost focus, that his leadership, it can't be called that, is just high incompetence. And they have basically bungled what was a war of choice, and they didn't even prosecute well because they didn't plan well for it. It all goes back to the president. So if a president's reckless, if he cares more about ballrooms and bombs, if he can't even prosecute a war and he's not taking care of the American people, what the hell is he doing?
He ain't fit. Tell him, Mr. 2P.
Yeah, he's unfit.
He's a decorator. No way y'all didn't know the only thing he couldn't decorate is getting that body right, but he's a decorator. That's all we need is things to be dragged out of the 1880s and slotted all over the house, and his beautiful decorated core orange attire. I mean, they got him throwing on these to pay wigs and can't get it right, honey.
Yeah.
I mean, they are the best wig maker in the world, and he decides to get the worst that would give him away instantly. He's a decorator, y'all. Sick of it. I can't take it anymore. If he takes a dump inside of my diaper again, I'm just gonna jump. I can't take it anymore. This is cruelty to all diapers. Do you understand? Listen, if you Americans are tired of him, Mr. Pete, just put him in the trunk like you know the Orange Man did. Stick him in the trunk, be done. You guys are saying that Pete is not fit for his position. You guys are talking about his suit. That's why it gets tighter and tighter each time you see him. Y'all gotta be more clearer. He doesn't have the brains for this operation. If y'all really want him out of here, just supply him with a lifetime of booze, he'll be gone. Pack it up, box it up, put a ball around it and say lifetime of booze, he'll be gone. I promise you. I know they're saying get fucked up or shut up. So let's move on to this next topic, shall we y'all? Because we got a trailer to show y'all. I want y'all to be excited. I'm excited. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Well, our last topic, when we were hiding away from people, I'm trying to stay safe, trying to keep our grandparents safe and my mom safe, from COVID. Honey, this mayor was cashing in like it was Monopoly. Only when we was dodging people in the grocery store, honey, trying not to catch nothing. Like we were ninjas straight out of Mortal Kombat. This mayor was bagging cash, honey, and taking ass. They ain't trying to fix shit, honey. They trying to get it quick cash grab, and then when they get caught, they'll be like, oh, no, that was not me. That was not me. I care about this city. Let's see that black offshore bank account you got. I just want to know how much you care about the city. What? I heard nobody say this, but did anybody catch the shade that Disney was doing with Daredevil? He reminds me of somebody in today's society. Do I have to say it? Okay, fine, I'll say it. Bald, arrogant, love tooting his own horn, see shit nobody else sees, delusional. Only Disney's Daredevil director needs to be praised on the shade he had thrown while making both of those seasons for Disney Plus. He's a shady, shady man, and I'm eating it up.
Vision accuses DePena of cashing in on a public health crisis and blatantly defrauding a government program meant to keep businesses afloat during the pandemic. Boston 25's Ellie Mario is in Lawrence with neighbors who witnessed the arrest.
Some of the neighbors I spoke with say they were woken up to several federal agents in the neighborhood, many shocked to hear that Mayor Brian DePena, who has led this city since 2021, is now facing federal charges.
I feel bad. I feel bad.
This hefty complaint lays out the alleged money trail that federal investigators say led to wire fraud and money laundering charges against Lawrence Mayor Brian DePena. Federal prosecutors claim it started with Tenares Tire Services, a Lawrence business DePena owns. The complaint alleges that in 2020 and 2021, DePena applied for federal economic injury disaster loans, money created to help small businesses survive the pandemic. Tenares Tire Services declined to speak with our Boston 25 crews on Friday, but business carried on as usual. Prosecutors allege that DePena secured more than $1.5 million in pandemic relief loans and later diverted hundreds of thousands of those dollars to his mayoral campaign, personal tax debt, and to pay off more than $800,000 in high interest loans tied to properties he owned.
When I had a problem shoveling or something, he'd come over and help a little bit. So I always kind of appreciated him.
So are you shocked to hear something like this?
Yes, I was, really. I mean, I know for a long time there's been a lot of things said and one thing and another, but I don't want to believe it till I see it.
If convicted, the one count of wire fraud charge carries up to 20 years in prison. The one count of money laundering up to 10. De Peña posted bond after a federal hearing on Friday. He's ordered to turn in his passport. He's also prohibited of crossing state lines unless he consults with the court. Now, I did get a hold of Mayor De Peña's office. They tell me that they will not be commenting at this time. Now, just to be clear, these charges are allegations. De Peña is presumed innocent until proven guilty. We're on scene in Lawrence. I'm Eli Morillo for your local station, Boston 25 News.
Okay, so we're running behind schedule, but this movie behind me, Wonderlost 2, it's coming out on Friday. Please, please, please grab your family or friends, like, share, and go watch this. It's an incredible movie. So Mimi, she's the lead, finds herself stuck between a rock and a hard place. I mean, the poor dear is married to an absolute idiot. Mimi is absolutely trapped in this 1930s musical fantasy, married to an utter fool.
An idiot, really.
Exactly. The movie that you're about to watch, or shall I say the trailer of the movie you're about to watch, is based in the year 1930s. She was struggling with a marriage to a person she doesn't love, who doesn't respect her. Sometimes she escapes to a delusion in a teddy bear land. But unlike women like myself who would have took a frying pan and bop him upside of his damn head, her escape was becoming obsessed with teddy bears and losing her identity through this man by loving him.
Welcome to Late Night with Naomi Daily Podcast Movie Trailer of the Week. I am Mimi, and this is my movie, A Sneak Peek. Are you guys ready? Video sneak peek. Let's get it started.
Son, I'm so glad you could come out early this morning before work.
No problem, Father, but Mimi would not like this.
I don't care what she likes. Now you listen to here, boy. I am your father. That is your mother inside. We have taken care of you with our cement business. And this is how you thank me, by being disrespectful?
I'm sorry, Father.
I need you to come over there. I need you to handle the cement business. I'm ready to retire.
I like my job.
You're not listening.
Father, I heard you, and we already talked about this. Mimi and me think this job is great. I get paid a lot more than you guys paid me.
We are your family. Don't you forget that you've changed because of her. Your brother can't do all of this on his own. He's the only one running this right now. You need to be responsible and supportive, brother.
No.
I'm so disappointed in you. I expected so much more out of you, Martin.
I'm sorry, Father. Don't be upset at me.
But I am. You should know better. The pipes under the sink is broke. Can you fix that?
Hey, cousin.
How are you? What's going on? What are you doing around these parts?
Buying time.
What are you doing here?
I told you, buying time.
Where's the husband?
Of course, at work.
You sound bored.
I am. There's nothing what I expect him to be when I first met him. I mean, he's only good for like 3 things. All he does is go to his parents, play soccer, or go to work.
I told you people talk crap about him. His family's weird, he's a total miss good shoes. But you wouldn't listen. You wanted to marry him. Come over here. I'll make you a Shirley Temple.
I'm just hoping that he changes at some point.
Him? No. Dude, that'll be riding his family's hotel for the rest of his life. It just seems like that type. Sorry to break it to you, cuz. But he ain't the type to stand up to nobody, not even the soccer ball he plays with. If you ask me, you should put him through a series of tests.
What do you mean, Hank?
Meaning you should make them do certain things. And if he doesn't pass that test, then maybe you should get a divorce. Move on while you're still young.
You know, the usual.
See if he comes home on time. See if he brings you a gift. Plan date night. See if he actually shows up. Even better, make him choose. You or his parents, make him stand up for you. If you don't see a difference in that, then that's my type of test. That's why I stay single. No one tying me down.
Honestly, if he doesn't send me flowers and a giant teddy bear, I don't want him. It's the bare minimum, ladies. All right, so we're gonna go to a small commercial, and when we come back, we're gonna be sitting down with Mike, asking him a few questions, and then we're gonna see the music video of the week. See you right back.
Hey, I'm Mike, and you're watching Late Night with Naomi Daily Podcast. She kept me laughing this whole entire time. That's why you should subscribe now, and come right back to the show.
Hey guys, I'm Jay, and I'm running late from my morning news. But while I'm getting over to my desk and get ready for you all, here is what to expect from the news and what the news that I bring is all about.
We here at the Red Carpet Rewards of the movie and TV shows of this year, and we waiting for all the actors to come and walk over the red carpet.
I love you! I love you!
I'm live here at the stadium where the famous K-pop group just canceled their performance right before the event started, and as you can see, a lot of people are angry.
We in the forest where more and more people seeing Sasquatch. This is not the only forest. Look at all those news articles. I'm here in the northern forests of the United States, where bears keep stealing people's food after the big fires in Canada.
There is here in Seattle a code orange. It won't stop raining, and sewer drains can't take it away fast enough. I'm here on Aruba. The heat and temperature almost doubled, so look up some nice spots with a lot of water. Keep yourself hydrated to protect yourself. The sun can be your friend, but also your enemy.
Now this is the last fight of tonight, and it looks pretty fake if you ask me. Hey, you punk! You want to find out how fake it is, you punk?
We here at the Monster Truck 4-day event, and as you can see, those little cars know how to bring a lot of destruction. Now that you saw what the news is all about, and that I made it to my desk, it's time for me to start the news, and I see you all on Wednesday for the news.
You're watching the Naomi Talk Show. I'm Naomi, and this is my talk show. I'm here to talk my shit and keep it cute, or y'all could just put it on mute. We are about to bring Daniel out here to talk about what he's been doing behind his girlfriend's back for 6 months. His girlfriend brought him to the show, and she said she's sick and tired of his nonsense. Let's bring Daniel out right now. How are you? Daniel, take a seat. Let's get to know you a little bit. Let's understand why you did what you did. Daniel, all I want to know is, why did you do it? Why did you step out on her?
Listen, I'm growing bored of her. All she does is whine and complain and bitch.
But that is your girlfriend. She has emotions. We all have emotions as women. What's the problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I'm just bored with her. I'm ready to move on.
What, Daniel, don't you understand that she's here to fix you guys' relationship?
No, I'm done and I'm ready to move on. I'm over her.
Daniel, she said you were going to walk down the aisle with her. What happened from that point on to right now? You seem so cold-hearted.
I was only with her for her money. That was it. Now she's broke.
Well, guys, y'all heard it all here. He said he's done with her. There's nothing I can do about it, so I guess we better tell Rebecca.
Watch Naomi shows on Monday, every Monday, right here on Naomi TV.
Only on Naomi Talk Show. The judge is here and the show's about to start. I don't think y'all can handle me. I'm too cute for TV.
He keeps breaking all the uniforms. It's not my fault I have gorgeous muscles.
You do indeed. You have $30,000 and you say it's not your fault. What part of that did you not think was your fault?
None of it, Your Honor.
Are you out of your damn mind? Judge, this is what I'm talking about. So plaintiff, your sister is bringing you to court for taking her money and stealing her man, and you don't see nothing wrong?
No, my sister didn't go to the Chris Brown concert with me, so that's why I did it.
Seriously? Plaintiff, why would you believe that you can live on somebody's house for a whole year and not pay your rent?
Because she's family.
What does that even mean? You gotta pay up or get out. You let my dog out of your property, and that's why he got hit.
It's not my fault that you're old and don't know what the hell you're doing. Your dog is old too.
You guys are suing each other because you're twins and you don't want to be twins? My head's hurting. You can't be serious. You brought this to my court?
Yes, we just don't want to be twins.
I didn't lose any weight with these pills. He didn't lose weight because he's fat. He keeps eating.
I guess you have a point.
She's been bullying me. No, I haven't. She's just a booger. What the hell is that? You know, a loser.
Look at this dress. It is completely ruined. It does look damaged. It is her fault. Don't they smoke a lot in Paris? I did not give it to her that way. Now don't come to my show expecting you're gonna get this quality out the door, honey. You gotta earn this quality, honey. But the show will be good and it'll get there. Don't you worry about that.
But I'm gonna deliver the fast.
And possibly the ass too. Your Honor, she wouldn't let me ride. She said I'm too big, like 300 pounds. It is not fair.
Your Honor, I'm bringing my best friend to court for stealing my gorgeous Latin hunk. He didn't want you.
What you say? Cut it out now.
This is just for your awareness, guys.
Your Honor, I let her borrow my wig, and this bitch ruined it.
Do you see the lace? It's ruined, Your Honor. I didn't do that.
You're wrong. I didn't do that to that girl's wig. She up in here lying.
I'm lying? Are you crazy? Y'all girls need to stop this now. This is not Jerry Springer. Well, my show is every Friday, honey, so come and play and watch me rule it all, honey. Who will take home the money?
Come see what favor I rule. Yeah, it's entertaining.
I'm not ready for all of that.
Neither am I. But do I have a choice?
We all have a choice.
What the hell does that mean? What's going on?
Get the hell away from me, you crazy asshole!
so sorry.
It's okay. Let me help you with that. What floor are you going to?
Floor 8. Oh, are you looking for me? Who are you? So you're Arthur.
That's me.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
What? I'm going crazy. God. Please.
Hey baby, it's your mom. Just checking in on you.
Everything's good. We're just chilling, hanging out together, going on a hike.
Shit. I need to get this done today. That was such a distraction.
What happened here?
Well, I'm glad I saw you. It's very dark for you to be out here with your vehicle. I think a ghost is trying to kill me. There's no such thing as a ghost.
This is all your fault. You're not gonna get away with what you did to me.
Arthur! Double Arthur!
Arthur, now it's your turn.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Well, let's jump straight into this. We're back from commercial and we're sitting down with Mike, the actor of Disney Plus is Luke Cage, which you should be coming back.
Yeah, something like that.
So you're just gonna sit up here and try to act like you're not gonna at least try to give me something. We need something we've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, I understand that. I have no control over that. I would love to see it just as well as everybody else and work on it, but I can't say much. It's tight quarters over at Marvel.
And well, I just gotta say, Mike, we have been waiting a long time since it got canceled over at Netflix and brought over to Disney Plus now. Well, can we expect you in this Doomsday film that comes out in December? You know, they got the little X-Men going on inside the movie with Disney Plus and stuff, so will you be in it?
Well, that's also confidential, but I can't say, I don't think I'm gonna be in that. I mean, my TV show hasn't even dropped yet, so I'm pretty sure I wouldn't appear in something like that. I mean, do you see how many superheroes are in that one movie?
Yeah.
They would not even need me, Jessica Jones, Daredevil, or anybody else.
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe.
And so your power was, as Luke Cage was pretty much like Marvel's Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And so you don't turn green. Did I get that right?
Yep, pretty much.
So your powers is wet, like incredible strength, and no one can pretty much pierce your skin with any type of weapon of bullet shit like that.
Correct? Yes, correct to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Of course, there are some type of weapons made that can kind of pierce my skin or whatever, but
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much what my character's superpower was, titanium skin and super strength.
Yeah. So you started on Jessica Jones, the Marvel show, when it was on Netflix, and then they pretty much had a spinoff of your own show. How did that feel?
It was amazing having my own show.
Yeah.
I pretty much got hired knowing I was going to have my own show.
Yeah.
I just didn't know when, but we were going to start with Jessica Jones' show, and then I was going to jump over there onto my own show.
So when the show got canceled, did you kind of know that it was going to be moved over to Disney Plus and then it was going to be like a redo? Did you know that it was
kind of in a loop? We kind of did, and we didn't. It's kind of funny because when I auditioned for Luke Cage, I didn't even know I was auditioning for Luke Cage.
Yeah.
It was top secret. The name of it was called Lance.
Really?
It was pretty much only rumors that it might have been for Luke Cage, but I believe that was auditioning for Lance, so I kind of didn't even go in knowing it was for Luke Cage, which is hilarious. It's kind of funny because everything that you do is like top secret.
Yeah.
They don't want people to know. They want to keep it under the radar. They do not want nothing slipping to the fandom.
Yeah.
I also believe I got the role because I was super obsessed with the character.
Yeah.
And I believe that the character was me entirely.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I will be calling my agent left and right, like, let me know. I was like completely obsessed. The fandom thought I was a great choice, so they pushed forward as well.
Yeah.
And here we are today. I'm your Luke.
So do you know exactly a date when we are going to see Luke Cage on Disney Plus, yes or no?
Even if I did, I can't tell you. So no, I don't.
Okay, I get it. You don't want to get in trouble with Marvel. I don't either. But since you're not talking about yourself, what about Jessica Jones? Do you know when she's coming?
No comment. Can't tell you that.
Do you have backstage access where you and my husband can actually check out the set of Jessica Jones, maybe your show, maybe Daredevil, from Disney? Is that allowed?
Oh, hell no. I'll be fired for sure.
Well, being that I didn't get anything out of you about the Marvel stuff, let's talk a little bit about your show, Evil.
Yeah.
How was it working with demons on a daily basis?
Well, I definitely prayed a lot, but it's not as bad as you think it is.
Yeah.
As long as you're not praying to the devils or worshiping the devils, you should be fine. I met with some Catholic exorcism priests to see what this was all about, to become familiar with the situation, what they go through on a daily basis.
Yeah.
I also, as a child, had some horrible experiences because I grew up in the country. I have my fair share of running into certain things like that.
So being that you went through that, wouldn't it have been terrifying to work on a show like that?
Yes and no. I mean, I don't play with things that I shouldn't.
Yeah.
If you watch my show, I actually didn't believe in devils or none of that. At least my character didn't. So it wasn't that hard to do that. Yeah.
I actually did see your show. I know you thought that was the read, you thought it was, but I saw your show. I saw many episodes of your show, to be exact, before I start this show. So take that to the bank. That's my type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I really do like that dark stuff. It's really entertaining. I think I saw up to season 2.5, possibly 3. I got to rain check that one. Can't be sure. That also, as a child, had seen some shit that I probably shouldn't have seen, but I'll let the negative energies know. Play with me, you gonna play with the right one.
Yeah.
But them demons be looking for the ones who act like they don't know they there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then they be jumping in their body and possessing the money. But people like you and I fuck around and you'll be beyond hell. Yeah. Even though your character got on my damn nerves for a bit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know all that shit he's seen in the show, but try to act like he didn't see it.
Yeah.
And I might, if he losing his mind, is he okay? I believe this was one of the best horror movie TV shows on TV America TV today. Just have to say thank you very much, and I appreciate that.
Since we're giving out compliments, I think your show is one of the best shows on YouTube to date. People just don't know it yet.
Don't make me cry. It's so sweet. Well, I want to thank you so much, Mike, for coming out to my show. And definitely when Disney Plus Luke Cage finally arrived, you have to come back.
I will indeed. Then I'll give you that update you're looking for.
That's okay. That's cool. But that would work. That would be after the fact. We're trying to get the fact now. Are you going to give them the...
That's confidential. I can't do that.
Well, I absolutely want to thank you for coming to my small little YouTube show, Mike.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan. So is my husband.
Yeah.
I bring him them autographs. But we're going to get to my I Wonder Lost 2 music video, my music video of the week. I'm so proud of this one. It reminds me a bit of Betty Boop cartoons. This music video is a soundtrack music video for the movie in particular. So
enjoy.
I had a good time making this yesterday. I hope you guys enjoy it. Here's the music video of the week. It starts right now.
This is my favorite show. It's mine and love to love.
Oh, hero, darn, I'm feeling wonder. Lost, I just don't think I found my way. Let me take a seat, I think I'm here to stay. Don't call me foolish, don't call me clueless, Mr. Man, I have to figure out. I don't need no clues in this school. There's no brains in that 10K. The one day you don't give a damn, I'm feeling lost. I need a good man to find me. Please get them away. I don't want him standing behind me. I know you would do, but I didn't think you'd rude. He's annoying. Oh dear, oh darn, I'm feeling wanderlust. I don't think I can find my way, my way, my way, my way. Well, while I'm here, let's play a game. Someone says you're dumb, damn, I think that's a sum. Why did I marry him? I think I'm gonna jump. Ooh, dear old dawn, I'm feeling wanderlust. I'm so lost, I don't think I could be found. Lost, 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 found, found, found. I'm not hosting around. I gotta get the hell out of this town. Ooh,
Well, that show was very good. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Especially the teddy bear, so cute. He reminds me of my own personal teddy bear.
I Wonder lost 2 out August 31.
I want to thank Mike for stopping by. We're sitting down with Stephen Colbert right here on Late Night with Naomi, so make sure you guys come back next week. Make sure you guys catch the Naomi Talk Show on Monday and Jay's News on Wednesday, and of course, Wonder Lost 2 on Friday. It's going to be so exciting. Okay, guys, I will see you next week with an all-new episode right here on the Late Night with me, your girl. Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.
Disclaimer. The characters, celebrities, public figures, and other individuals portrayed or referenced in Late Night Show with Naomi are fictionalized representations created solely for entertainment purposes. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or deceased, is either coincidental, used in a clearly fictional, satirical, or parody context. No real person was harmed, endangered, or involved in the creation of this production. The events, conversations, scenarios, and portrayals presented are intended strictly for entertainment, creative storytelling, and audience enjoyment. This program is not intended to defame, misrepresent, harass, or harm any individual, organization, or group. Viewer discretion and understanding of the fictional nature of the content are appreciated. All rights reserved. Entertainment purposes only.